Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is Binky. So today I'm going to be going through some things that I decluttered, and I have quite a few palettes. So I originally videotaped the whole thing, but then parts of it ended up missing, and I just realized it was really long, and there was a whole chunk missing. A whole chunk. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to do it in this format. So instead of showing you the declutter, I'm probably going to do another one at the end of the year showing my collection and making a decision. But no, most likely I won't get rid of many because I'm getting rid of them now. So what I'm going to do is go through the palettes and show you which ones I got rid of and why. So I'm going to start off with one that's pretty obvious. So this is from Kat Von D. I really don't want to go into it too much, but it was this palette. I don't have a lot from Kat Von D. I do have some things, and I just, at this point in my life, really don't want to support certain things. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say. Everybody knows. I know I'm trying to find a spot here. Oh my gosh. Everybody kind of knows what's going on, and so I don't really want it. So, you know, there we go. The next one is the Graffiti Nudes, and this was by Maybelline, and I've had this for a while, and there's some really great colors here, and I think I may have swatched it a few times. I can't really tell. I'm sure it's great, but I have so many other palettes like it, and I just needed to make room. So for me, this one really didn't make sense. So I ended up getting rid of it. I don't want to swatch things that don't, you know, there's no reason to swatch everything because I'm going to be giving them to other people. Now the next one was a pure one, and this was Night Fantasy. And there were two in this collection, and I kept the one, but this is the one that I ended up getting rid of. And there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just I don't use black. Purples usually don't wear well or apply well. It's just not necessarily for me. Looking at it, I was like, I really don't want this, but I think that this would do really well for somebody else. Don't really know anything about the formula. I kept the other one, so I have another one, so I could try that. The next one is ColourPop Semi Precious. This made the first cut last time I went through, and I'm going to be honest with you, there's a couple colors I really like, and it's perfect for fall. These two colors I am so intrigued by. I love them, but looking at that, it's really not enough for me to keep a palette. I know I really love this, but oops, I was doing another video with swatches. That's how I got this look. Yay. This is so pretty, and part of me wants to keep it just for that, but that would be the only reason. And then this green. Oh, I'm kind of having second thoughts with this one. I know. I'm going to think about that one. The more I was looking at it, I'm like, what are you doing? But let me move it here. The next one is something that I got from BoxyCharm, and I kept it thinking, okay, it was Glam Metals from Crown. And honestly, these have a weird scent to them, and I've used Crown's products before. I have not used this. I have not swatched it. I don't want it. I quit getting BoxyCharm because I felt like a lot of the products, when I started getting it, were products that people were trying to clearance out. And so it got to a point where for me, and this is just me, that it was a box full of discards. And basically everything that I got from BoxyCharm, I mostly got rid of. It just, for me, I was like, what are you doing? So that's why I got rid of the subscription. Speaking of that, I ended up getting this in the subscription, and this is Midnight Masquerade from Pure. Had no interest, never used it. These colors, which Midnight, I get it, are pretty darn dark. I don't even want to pull this stuff off. You can barely see it. I'm sure the flash is really bad on this. But this would work really well. I wish you could see it better on somebody of a deeper skin tone. I think this would be a great palette. I just don't think it was intended for me. I think it's for somebody of a deeper skin tone, or people who really enjoy a more smoky eye look, which I don't. So I think this will be perfect, and I think it's great. I think this would work really well for some people, but not for me. It's just, if you like smoky eye looks, this is for you. If you have deeper skin tones, this is definitely for you. But I'd rather it go. What I'm going to do with these things is a couple of them, because they are smashed, I'm going to give to friends. couple of these items, like 3 or 4, are going to go to friends, and then the rest of them are going to be going to a shelter that takes barely used or new makeup. So none of these things are for grabs. Just putting that out there, because when I do these videos, I get people coming out of the woodworks going, can I have it? No. They're being donated to a good cause or given to friends, because it's just easier to do that than the shipping and stuff. So that's where I'm at. The next one is ColourPop, and this is Pretty Much, and this is really pretty. It's really pretty, and I'm looking at it going, but maybe. But then I look at it and go, no, I have things like this. This was given to me for free, and it hasn't been used, and I think it would be really great for somebody. You know, it's just not for me. The next one is the Makeup Geek Mani palette. I don't even know why I got this. Well, this was smashed when it was sent to me, which was a little bit frustrating, but I just never used it. I'm looking at it and I swatched a couple colors, but for the most part, it's never been used. I think this is an intriguing shadow, but the rest of it just doesn't do anything for me. I don't even know why I bought this. It was kind of a waste of money, but you live and learn, so I'm going to give that one away. I could probably sell it. There's a couple things I could probably sell, and I could probably sell that, but I don't even know if I want to go through that. Maybe, I don't know. The next one is Pure, and it's the Trolls palette. And everybody was making such a big deal out of this, so I ended up picking it up, and it is really nice, but I just realized this isn't something that I would really reach for. It is an intriguing palette. It's really beautiful, but I feel like I don't necessarily love their formula that much. So I am definitely going to let that one go. So the next one was given to me. A couple things were given to me by friends, and this is one of them, and it's Swamp Queen, Graveyard Girl. I've heard who she is. Don't really watch anything of hers, but this is what it looks like. Smells good. Oh, it smells really good. It smells like vanilla cupcake. So very pretty palette. I'm just looking at it. Very, very pretty palette. I just don't know if it's for me. So I think I'm going to let this one go. I never used it. She gave it to me, and I'm kind of like, meh. So the next item is another thing that came from BoxyCharm, and it is by Blink. And here are the colors. Very, very pretty. But I have so many things like this, and I have so many things like this, and I just, again, I'd never heard of Blink. I don't know what Blink is. I just have other products that I would rather use that I know really well. The next one, I know I'm going through this quickly, and I'm just showing why. I could swatch these, but again, I'm getting rid of them, so why swatch them at this point? So this one is actually Gem, and it was from Sephora, and it's a couple years old, and I picked it up in clearance, and I don't really know why. It's a cute palette, but I really have no interest in it. I never really used it. A couple times, but really for the most part, no. There are some really pretty greens and blues, but I just think somebody else would give this a really good home, and I'm not that person. So I'm definitely going to let this one go. I have a friend who would really love this. She loves fun colors like that, so it's going to be perfect for her. She's going to be really excited. So it's interesting because the next one, now I ended up getting some things from a friend. Like I said, she gives me things. She gets free things, or she buys them. She gets like PR stuff because she works in the industry. And, you know, so she gives me some things and she won't use them, and then she gives them to me. And a few of them are Lime Crime. I don't really support Lime Crime. Not going to really go into it, but she did give me some free items, and so I do have some here, but I didn't pay for it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll try it out, but you know, because if I'm not putting money into it, I'm like, okay. So one of these items, and I don't have a lot, but one of these items is this here, and it's one of the highlights. And to be honest with you, she gave it to me because she doesn't support it either, and but she got it for free. She's like, here, and I'm like, this isn't going to work for me. This is actually for deeper skin tones, and she is a deeper skin tone. So, but she didn't want it for her own reasons, and I'm like, okay, cool. But this isn't going to work for me, obviously. And I thought, well, I could use it as an eyeshadow palette, but I'd rather this go to somebody who's going to use it and be able to use it in the way that it's supposed to be used as a highlighter palette. So I think this is just perfect for somebody, and I hope they have a great time with it. It's just, why keep something that I really can't use to its full extent when it could really benefit somebody else? So that's kind of where I'm at. The next thing is BH Cosmetics Supernova palette. I know. So it came broken. The mirror came broken, but I do love this. And anyone who knows me knows I love astrology. My mom's an astrologer. I have some videos up on that here. I never use this, and there are some astrological names here, but I realized that that's not enough to keep this. It's just too dark of a palette for me, so it's not something that I would gravitate towards. I don't really do bold eye looks all the time, so I felt like this would go really well for somebody else who loves those fun kind of colors. And speaking in that vein, this is Urban Decay Full Spectrum. I bought this on clearance, and I just was like, why? There are some really cool colors in here, like this one. Let me see. I will swatch these because why not? I said I wasn't gonna, but I have before. There's some really cool colors in here that just are unique, and I do love them. But am I keeping a palette for a couple really cool colors? I mean, that one's really cool too. I have touched these before, so I'm doing this because I'm trying to talk myself out of keeping these. But there are some really cool shades here. There are a couple really cool shades, but I'm only going to wear out of these probably maybe four colors, and then the rest of it I just wouldn't use. So what is the point? Though this one's really cool. I know, now I'm looking at it again and going, wait a minute, but this color is really neat. And it is really neat, and it's really pigmented, actually. So this is kind of making me go, a little bit. I know, this is actually a really good palette. Oh, gosh. Now, the next one is another one, and this is Pretty Vulgar, the Nightingale collection. And it's beautiful packaging. I got this in BoxyCharm again. Now, this is one that I did not want to pick up because, again, these colors I would never be able to wear. This is a gorgeous palette. I don't know how it wears, but the reality is this is not going to work for me. It just really is too dark. I'm seeing if I swatched it. No, I did not. It's way too dark for me. This is going to be work for somebody who, again, likes smoky eye looks or has deeper skin tones. This is just going to be gorgeous because it's, going to show up more than it would on somebody of my skin tone. The problem is, even these, like, this is more for a smoky, because even with deeper skin tones, these colors are going to look just ashy. They're not going to look great. These would work on somebody like me. So some of them are going to even be a difficult sell, and then pretty much it's just smoky eyes for everyone. Smoky around the house. So that's just not an aesthetic I go for. So I'm going to let that one go for sure. Okay, moving on. So the next one is, believe it or not, Too Faced Chocolate Gold. Not because I don't like it, but because, dun dun dun, yeah, it broke. They sent it to me broke. They sent me another one. I don't want to throw it out because there's some great shades in here. It smells so good. But I already have a new one. They sent it to me, so I don't need two of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this to my friend and explain to her it broke. Do you want it? And she'll go, yeah, girl, I want it. I know her. That's what she'll say. She'll go, duh, yeah. And then it'll be in her collection. She loves coming to my house because she knows she's going to get freebies. Smart woman. It's true. So the next one is Urban Decay, and this is Vice Reloaded. Now, I think I got this like on clearance, and actually looking at it, there's some really great colors. And again, I'm going through that. No, this got wrecked. I don't even know how, but I am gonna swatch a couple of these, because now that I'm looking at it again, it's me going, but do you really want to? And I'm kind of like, So, oops, it's over that yellow. Those are really pretty, especially that chartreusey kind of color right there. It's so pretty, and I really like it. But for the most part, am I going to wear most of these colors? Probably not. And that's what I'm trying to justify. I don't see myself wearing a lot of these, even though they're really great colors. And I swore I wasn't going to swatch, but here we are. And these work so nicely. I know. Part of me is like, maybe you should try them out a little bit before you get rid of them. And maybe I should do a series like that, where it's like the chopping block. So if anyone steals that idea, you know where it came from. Just kidding. It's probably already been done. Everything's been done on these channels. Every damn thing. So, steal away. So, I know, I'm trying to be all tough guy. So this is a great color too. Let me just put this here. I think I'm having second thoughts here. I think an idea may have been born where it's basically where I try things and it goes on the chopping block. I'm keeping this. I know, so I decluttered and now I'm buying again. So, but I'm not. I'm not, because it's my collection. So the next one is Too Faced Best Year Ever, 2018. I have to say, it was an okay year. It wasn't great, so it's a little bit presumptuous, but whatever. So this is the palette, and I barely used it. And it's fine. It's just a lot of dark colors that I wouldn't wear. It's just something that wouldn't work for me. I feel like this could work, again, for people who like really bold eye looks or for deeper skin tones, again, which I think is great. And I picked it up thinking I would really like this, but because I'm so fair, a lot of these, I just don't, in my day-to-day life, I don't do really dramatic eye looks, and so this would just be a lot. And then there's silvers, and I don't always love silvers. I used to, but I've kind of outgrown them, and this is just, I think it'd be too much for me, honestly. I have to be honest with you. So I'm going to gladly let this one go, and I think it's going to go to wonderful use, which makes me happy. Yay! We are getting down to the final ones. So this one is another Urban Decay. It looks like I'm just getting rid of all these Urban Decay. This was After Dark, and I know this was really sought after. And there's some wonderful colors in here, just absolutely beautiful. I think I'm going to try to sell this one because I think I can make some money back off of it. Not that I'm a greedy jerk, but you know, some of these things cost a lot of money, and so it's like get what you can back on some of them. So I'm going to sell 4 of these, and I've donated quite a lot before. So this one, it just doesn't work for me. I look at it and I'm like, I am never going to wear these colors ever. And I haven't. And so I'm definitely going to sell those. The next one is the Festival palette. Yeah, the Festival palette from BH Cosmetics. I thought it was so much fun when I got it, but looking at it, it's just something that I would never wear. And I haven't. I swatched it, I tried a few looks, it works fine, it's just not, I like colorful palettes, but for whatever reason this isn't doing much for me. So I think, looking at this, I'm going to give this to a friend. I don't know if I donated this, how well it would go. Because I mean, really, when you donate to these companies, a lot of the time it goes to people who are trying to, you know, women who've been abused, who are trying to get their lives together, and a lot of them are trying to find employment. And is this really an employment kind of palette? You're not going to take this to a job interview. That's why it's called Festival palette. So I'm going to give this to my friend who loves the bright, fun color. She's quirky. I love her. She's going to absolutely adore it. And the next one, I know a lot of people are going to go, really? These I'm selling. Because limited edition, these went very quickly, Urban Decay. I don't have a vendetta against Urban Decay, I swear. It's just, I was buying things for a while when I really didn't need them, and a lot of them were clearance. This was not. Beautiful collection, works well, never use it. So what is the point? When somebody else who didn't get it could pick it up, it is gorgeous. So this one's the more neutral palette, and then there was the one that was more fun and colorful. And that one is this one right here. But I just realized I'm never really going to reach for these and appreciate it the way that it deserves to be appreciated. And so I feel like if anyone missed out on this, they're going to want this. And so you know what? I'm going to put this up for sale, and this one, the 3 Urban Decay. I know I had like 5 up for the chopping block, and everybody's like, what? And actually I have another one. And this is the Kristen Leanne. Now, this was given to me. Somebody else picked it up and then realized it wasn't her aesthetic. I never used it, and not that it's bad. This one's really pretty. It reminds me of Too Faced. They always have those pinks in there, but this one's a little bit better. And I am going to swatch this because I already did. These colors are just really pretty here. And that would be the only reason that I kept it, is because of these 2 colors. I love these. If I could pull these colors out of the palette and then give the rest of this to a friend, I would. Even these I'm intrigued by. And they're really soft and really beautiful, actually. So I really like these 4 colors. I really do. And so it's like, do you keep a palette because you really like these 4 colors, or do you let it go? And I don't really know, to be honest with you. I'm having a hard time with it, because if I could take them out, I'm never going to use these blues. These colors don't do anything for me. I hate the random blacks and palettes. I really do. And this one's really pretty, but I have so many colors like this. It's everyone has it ad nauseum. So I did get it for free. If I could pull these out, these 4, well, these 4 I would. Maybe I can figure out how to do that. And then my friend could have it. She'll go, "You cheap jerk." But yeah, it's just, I find that there's certain colors that are really intriguing, and I want to keep those colors, but I don't want the whole palette. So something to think about. Okay, so in the end, I ended up getting rid of 16 palettes. Now, there are some that aren't in here. These are the 16 I am definitely getting rid of. Which is good. This is taking up room, and now there's a good chunk out of there. So I'm really excited. Goodbye. Oops, those behind me. Goodbye, lovelies. Somebody else will enjoy you so much more. So let's talk about the other things now that we've been through this. First off, let's start with these. I think I'm going to sell these 4 items, and the reason is, like I said, if you can, why not? Yeah. So, makeup isn't always a cheap hobby, and I know that there's some desire for these. So I'm going to go ahead and sell these 4 items, and the other 16 are being donated. They're going to a great cause. Well, for the most part. I think there was like 2 palettes that I'm going to give to a friend. That chocolate bar I can't give to, so 2 or 3. So there's going to be at least 13 to 14 palettes that are going to go to a women's shelter, which makes me happy, because, people deserve a second, shot in life, especially when things happen out of their control. It's just, it means a lot to me. So I like to see people get a second shot in life and make something great, and that's a great start to it. So it's going to a great place. Now these four, I know, I almost want to do a series where I use these and call it the chopping block. And I may do that, where I try these, because I can always give these to friends. The thing is, with these palettes, these aren't going to be able to go to a shelter. I mean, can you imagine giving this to a shelter? Going, "Hey, I donated this to you. I'm going to work in corporate." I don't know. I have worked corporate before. I've temped quite a bit. And let me tell you, I wear some quirky stuff, and even I wouldn't do that. And this here isn't like a full palette, but I love some of the colors enough that I want to. And then this, I do love a couple colors. If I could figure out how to get these colors out, I would do that, and then give the rest of these shades to a friend, and she would gladly take them. So I may get creative with that one and keep them as singles. And then this one could work as a neutral palette, but I'm realizing I'm kind of in love with some of these shades. I am, and I'm like, you paid for it, why not do it? So yeah, I think I'm going to do a series on that. I have so many palettes that I'm reviewing right now that you're probably not going to see that. So originally I had more, so I had 24 palettes that were going, but now these still are going. So actually, out of 24, 20 are leaving, and 4 of them I'm kind of thinking about. So that's actually not bad. I decluttered 20 in total, and I'm not going to tell you how many I have, because I don't even know. It's a ridiculous amount. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. But that's a big amount out of my collection, and I'm living in a small apartment, and so I don't need this many, and in general I don't need it. And if I'm not loving it, it's time to let it go. So that's what I am doing. I am letting these go. Let me know what you think about this. Are you stupid with some of these? Don't get rid of those. or some of these ones that you've decluttered, or that you absolutely love, and you were like, no way. So let me know. I would love to hear. And until next time, my friend, have a wonderful day. Bye.